welcome back, everyone, to the Super Not Funny Show reviews. And today, me and Lottie are going to be reviewing My Adventures with Superman, Episode 3. It's entitled My Interview with Superman. It's coming to you from Cartoon Network and it's streaming on Max. So, what do we think about it, and should you be watching? And before we get into this review, get down there, hit like on the video. Well, Lottie, Clark Kent, aka Superman, Lois, and Jimmy Olsen continue their exploits as young interns going around Metropolis trying to get the scoop, right? But also realizing that there's some weird, meta-human stuff going on. And in particular, in this episode, we have a group of like gang members, which if you know anything about Metropolis and some of the lore of the inner city in Metropolis, might ring a bell. The I suppose you say the nucleus of Intergang in Metropolis, and they get a hold of some tech and kind of cause some difficulty. Meanwhile, Lois is trying so hard to get an interview with Superman as he goes around being the hero of Metropolis, and Clark's trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do about her. So all that stuff is going on. Plus, we get the introduction of maybe a rival team of actual reporters with Cat Grant leading that group. So, Lottie, the anime adventures of Superman continue. What did you think about this episode?
Yeah, I definitely like this episode better than I like the second one. It felt more. It felt more. Like I said, it like the last episode felt like episode 1 and 2 were just meant to be combined together into one episode. This one actually feels like a whole completely separate episode. So I was able to actually understand. Okay, I was able to keep up with everything was going on and everything. So it's yeah, I really like this episode. The things I kind of wanted to talk about is a little spoiler heavy, so I'm trying not to spoil too much about it.
Right.
So
Um, yeah, no, I hear you. We'll talk about spoilers in a second, but yeah, dude, I actually really like this episode. I had a lot of fun. Like, it's one of those episodes where, as a former anime fan, I used to watch it quite a bit, a couple decades back. But there's so many cues and so many takeaways from anime. It's pretty clear that the animators and designers and character designers and the writers really are influenced by it, like down to like the way they blush and all this other stuff. But what really got me and made me laugh out loud and like just kind of clap to myself was the introduction of Cat Grant, because she had that laugh like Jessie from Team Rocket and plenty of other anime, not villains, or could be villains, but antagonists to our main characters, right? And even her introduction, I was like, am I watching like, one of these, high school anime where the rival bad bitch, kind of shows up and talks shit. I was really fun and really cool. And I liked the Intergang, their little, that trio and their sibling silliness combined with cool, tech. And then there's hints at like further, like I think there's hints at a larger story going on in the background. Because who's giving these guys these weapons and everything? And also, I mean, come on, they're really pushing this, Lois and Clark thing, which they should. But I think it's actually really cute the way they are, she's interacting with Superman, but also with Clark, and like, maybe she feels like she's being pulled in two directions, but and I think just the voice acting is great. I think they're doing everything right in this episode, and I think I actually literally just tweeted, my response to this after I watched it is that the writers know and understand Superman and how to make a good Superman story work. Like it's he's his power is not huge. And this is pretty much, he's learning his powers and everything like that. But they understand what makes Superman good, that's not just the Boy Scout bit and the perseverance and the way he stands up and who he's trying to save and why he's trying to save them. he's trying to save the bad guys too. Like it's like that's the Clark I understand and know, and the Superman I like. And I'm glad that the writers have demonstrated that they know what the hell they're doing. So anyway, that's not spoiler. We're going to talk about spoilers real quick in this review because there's a few things. So Lottie, you said you had some spoilery things.
So is he having a Flashpoint future of Brainiac?
Who knows? You know what? You know what's the commonality between the second episode, flashback, and the or flash forward, if you will, and the third episode is what is that material that the energy source is made of? Because every time he contacts it, he gets some weird flash, and it looks like those killer robots from the second episode are doing something in the future. It looks like something in the future. And I'm just gonna throw it out here. This is probably Kryptonian derived tech. So what other Kryptonian is on Earth, and so that the government can get a hold or somebody can get a hold of a pod, because I think that's going to tell us more about, the only other Kryptonians we know are either Zod and his people, from the Phantom Zone, or Brainiac or Kara Zor-El. So we have some candidates, and I think we're going to learn more about that in the future. I love that little aspect. They're just foreshadowing. Hey, there's some shit's going on. There's a larger story being played out, and somebody's supplying this future tech that's powering up people. Not just Intergang, but the previous episode with Livewire, and of course we saw the guy from Task Force X, who I'm not sure if we know who he is just yet, but he's definitely maybe stalking Superman, trying to figure out who the hell he is. So yeah, I really like that, and I love this little rival reporter crew, especially because the one actual reporter is just like, I'm just here. She's just like, I'm just a reporter. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the little special intro like you were saying. I enjoy it. I think I just like it just because I like to see the way their energy is different than Jimmy and Lois and Clark's. But they're definitely. Am I wrong? It's Harry Potter, right? I'm not wrong about that, am I? I mean, literally, literally. And I'm talking about Jimmy, Clark, and Lois are almost literally Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Like even down to one of them's got black hair and glasses. Like
it reminds me. It honestly reminds me more of Pokemon.
I'll buy that too. There's so many things to take, but like what I'm saying, it's a great trio. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like I love the fact that they are saying this trio is what matters. We're gonna make sure that y'all like this trio and what they do, and what they do matters. I enjoy that because it can't just be about Superman. I guess that's a mistake. That I hate calling Snyder out for this. They're kind of making it just about just a single character study. Superman works in context with his supporting cast, and they've got to play that right. And I think that this so far in 3 episodes they've done it just right, and I really like that dynamic. So we could go on. I think they're doing a good job, and I can't wait for the next episode. Personally, I'm really happy that this is coming out right now. I think this will be a good primer for what we're going to get from the DCU in the future. So, I don't know. What say you, sir?
I agree. I completely agree.
There we go. So, good episode. So, but what did you guys think about this episode? What did you think about what we had to say? Get down to the comment section. Leave your thoughts there. And, of course, you can always hit us up. supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do us a favor. Get down there. Hit like on this video. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel and helps more people to see these videos. All right, thanks for joining us. Come back next week. We're going to talk about the 4th episode of My Adventures with Superman. Until then, I have been Mo, your comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Lottie. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.